KOCO took its investigative unit to a new level in 2023, diving deep on stories from decades-old mysteries.
To botched beauty treatments, to even a hard look at where our recycled trash really goes. Do you ask at that time, do you have weapons?
No, we do not.
In October, KOCO 5 investigated a rise in domestic violence and victim protective orders in Oklahoma, and also asked the question why those orders rarely lead to the person served giving up their weapons, despite it being required by federal law.
What's happening with the offenders who have guns? You know, the majority of those domestic violence homicides are committed with firearms.
That's all we can do is notify them that that is a violation of the order, as the judge has said it, and they must comply with that order or it can result into a criminal matter.
As KOCO learned, there is no consistent effort to ensure VPO recipients are turning in their guns before they can potentially use them.
We're concerned that when the patient goes in the door, do they know the difference? Do they know that some of these procedures can be harmful?
Our Kylie Walker took a close look at the development of new med spa regulations after botched procedures in other states led the Oklahoma Medical Board to take preventative measures.
Has there been any kind of complaint filed with the state of Oklahoma Medical Board when it comes to either licensed or unlicensed?
Yes, we have gotten complaints.
Kylie found rules in place since 2008 allow people who are not licensed to perform certain beauty procedures in Oklahoma. Many of our rules are now changing. We also investigated the arguments for and against this month's vote to publicly fund a new arena in downtown OKC, sitting down with Mayor David Holt inside the Paycom Center. Just to be clear, are you saying that if the voters turn this down, that you do believe that the Thunder would end up leaving Oklahoma City at some point?
Well, it's basically self-evident.
The $50 million contribution from the Thunder is absolutely laughable. It's embarrassing. The owner should be embarrassed that they're only asked that we'll put forth $50 million. Like that's a meaningful contribution.
A KOCO investigation also uncovered new information into the 1974 death of union activist Karen Silkwood.
We had evidence that she was going to talk about problems at Cimarron.
For the first time, KOCO spoke with the former New York Times reporter Silkwood was driving to meet when she was killed in a car accident.
Do you think that she ran off the road, or do you think that somebody hit her, and why?
And it's possible that someone came up and hit him, maybe hit the back of the car to scare her, and got out of hand and killed her. 90-year-old David Burnham speculating about Silkwood's death and about a folder of documents he says Silkwood was supposed to bring him that night, but was never officially found in the wreckage. And where does our recycling go after it's taken off our curbs? After OKC's solid waste provider refused to show KOCO the inside of its recycling facility, we dropped tracking devices in multiple green bins across the city to make sure they went where they were supposed to. And they all did. But we also took a closer look at why 31% of what's sent to be recycled actually ends up in a landfill.
If it's a bag, they just automatically get pulled out from where all of the recyclables go, and it automatically goes to the landfill.
Not a thing inside those bags are getting recycled?
Unfortunately, no.
And our commitment to investigative journalism will continue into the new year. If you have a story that needs to be on the air, you can reach out to me directly by email or also on Facebook. I look forward to hearing from you.